Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'm doing a reboxing of Tanares Adventures by Dragori Games. If you'd like to check out my unboxing video, there's a link in the description below, and you can also click the I in the corner of this video and that will take you there. But since this game has so many components and cards, I decided to make a separate video and show you where everything goes back into the box. Now before I start, I'd like to ask you to please hit that subscribe button. That really does help the channel a lot and is of course free. And if you'd like to support me financially too, there's also a Patreon page where you become a Patreon saint for as little as just €1 per month or more. And in return, you'll get early access to my videos, access to Patreon exclusive posts, and your name in the credits as well. All right, let's get started. Right, so this is the empty bottom box for Tanares Adventures, which actually looks really nice if you look at it with the lid off. You have all of the characters on the inside here, which is pretty cool, I think. So we have all of that, and I'll put the box down here. So that's just the empty box. The first tray I'm going to put in is the tray with most of the cards. So that is this one. I'm going to put that on the bottom, and I'm going to show you what I put where. So let me just get everything out first so I can show you how that all fits. So in this tray, it's kind of self-explanatory. You have this narrow gap here that holds these smaller tiles with the 2 squares on them. There's 4 of those, and they go in here. Now, let me just move that a little bit closer. In here, I put these base clips and the 4 little singular tiles with these books and items on them. So I just put those in here, and there's not really a spot for these specifically. I think they could have made like little indentations here, or even here perhaps, but I think here and left and right would be better for these, but they didn't. So I'll just toss them in here. I mean, there's plenty of room. Then I take these 2 tiles 3 by 3. Hang on, no, first the 2 by 2s, of course. So we have these with the wood on one side and the lightning on the other. And we have these 4 ice tiles with the runes on the other side, and those go in there first. And because of these indentations on the sides, you can easily flip them up like this to take them out, or just use the finger holes on the sides. That works as well. And then you put these 2 on top, which sits just flush. I mean, you could, I guess, put these here. It's still flush. It kind of still works, so I might as well do that. Doesn't really matter that much. In the other tray here, I put all the cubes. All of them just fit in nicely. You can just toss them in. You know, getting them out is a bit of a hassle though, but you know, just toss them in there. That seems to be the best spot to put them. And then you have these 2, and those are meant to cover this up, but I've noticed if you put one in over here, there is just not enough room to put both in. You can put this against it, and you can force it in, but then you will bend the corners, because these are rounded corners here, and this is of course a straight corner. So I'm just going to put this here and let it overlap. It doesn't matter that much. There is enough room. You could put them like this even. It doesn't really matter that much. So normally this would sit here, because this is where it was when I opened the box, but I'm not going to put it there because we have several tiles still, and we have these square tiles, 6 by 6, 4 of them. So those I put in there, and first I'm going to show you which cards I put in here. You can put your cards anywhere you like. There's plenty of room. Although I do think if you sleeve them, it might be a little bit of a problem, because you can see it is already pretty full. Now there's enough room to sleeve these small ones, which I guess is the idea. because you'll be handling these a lot. And the small ones here have, you know, the starter weapons and armor and everything that we saw in the unboxing. So all the starter stuff and the level 1 stuff I put in the first slot. Then I took the level 2 cards and the level 3 cards plus the 2 legendary cards, and I put all of those in the next slot. Still plenty of room, and if you sleeve them and you don't have enough room for these, you just divide it up a bit, right, between these two. That should work. And then in the last spot I put all the loot cards. So, and there's plenty of room, so you can easily sleeve those. And I think I will sleeve these. The other cards I will probably not sleeve, even though I kind of want to. But I mean, these quest cards you're not going to use that often, right? You're going to use them once, read them once, and that's it. So it's no use sleeving these. Same with the shops, really. So I put all these cards are important though. So I have all of these skill cards, and I put all of them in these 2 slots, along with these 2 legendary. So there's 4 character roles in this tray and 4 here. So you have all 8. Plus these 2 legendary cards, just put those on top. And it looks like you could sleeve those, perhaps. I don't know how tall they will be, probably a bit taller than this divider though. Then I put all of these unique characters, so all of these unique characters are in 1 stack over here. This is the stack with the non-unique characters, these NPCs that we have 3 of each here. That's these, and the spy and the negotiator. So these, that's a smaller stack. I put those on the bottom, and then I put all the character cards for all the unique heroes from Tanares Adventures and Arena the Contest. On top of that, because that is almost an equal stack. And then in here I put all of these 4 buildings, basically the weapon shop, the tavern, the outpost, and the natural lab. So these all together, and these story cards with the letters on them. So starting with A through RE, I put those on top of each other in here. And then I had these cards, of course, these quest cards, right? The campaign mode with the Fisherman's Wharf. That's the first one, so I should actually put them this way up. I put those in here. Why? There is room in the other tray, but I put them here because the bottom tray is going to stay in the bottom, and it's going to have all of these cards. So this is a heavy tray. And if you have to take this out every time, this is pretty thin plastic. It already broke here for me. If you can see that, see there? There's a little crack there from just lifting it. And so I want this tray to sit in the box and never come out. All right, so those are all the cards and a bunch of smaller tiles. And then I'll show you where the bigger tiles go. So let me just lower that down in here. So, and that's going to stay in there. So then I, like I said, I have these 6x6 tiles, 4 of them, and you can fit those on top of this. There's a notch here that will stop them, and a notch here as well. So you can put them in between the model and these ridges and that ridge, and those will stay in place, right? There's a bit of wiggle room. Then you have those 2 big tiles. There's another catch there. So in the same spot, put these, and that will just sit there. So that's why this one won't fit down here anymore, because this room is occupied now. So you can put this right here, and it just fits. It fits really nicely. Or even here, just anywhere on top of these cards, really. So that'll sit there, and that'll cover up the cards, I guess. So that's the bottom tray, and that's not gonna come out anymore. So then I took the two other trays that are going to be in and out of the box constantly. So this is one tray. This is a very simple one. This just has all of these monster cards, right? And they're numbered, so I started with 1 through 52, and then 53 through 101, I believe. No, 98. But then there's a couple of these boss cards, right? So I kind of added those up. And there were, I think, 105 cards. So I made an equal stack of 52 and 53, basically. So you just divide those. And then you have these cards for all of the characters, upside down here. So I should turn that around. And the boss cards, these two actually, for the arachnid and the chimera, and the 3 reference cards. And all of that goes on top of these. And these tend to be a little bit bendy, so I'll put them this way down. It's still a little bit, you know, there's still some room, but maybe there will be some more cards in the future that I can put in here, or not. It doesn't really matter, because the lid is on there. Now in this tray, I put all of those level 1, 2, 3 round tokens. So those are all in here, the blue, green, and the red ones. The miniatures, of course, stay in the spot that they are meant to be. So that is also pretty simple. The nice lid on top. So that goes on top of that. And it's a bit tough getting these out because there's not really finger holes anywhere. So I would recommend getting some ribbon and sliding that under so you can pull it out like that, or maybe a cardboard strip, something like that. Then the second tray is this one. That's the one with the heroes, all of these colored miniatures, the heroes, and a few minions as well. And in here, there's a nice little compartment, and this one holds all the bigger round tokens. So the round tokens for the professions, for the bosses and NPCs, also these hexagonal tokens, plus all of these smaller ones. There's tokens for the different professions with their color, their symbol, and a hourglass. And there's a bunch of these status tokens with a number on it. So all of those just go in here. And I took these summoned creatures, the Pegasus and the Mummy and the Cerberus and the Beast over here, with their skills, if they have any, the Mummy here and the Gladius, that one. Took those cards and I just put those on top of that, because that's just a few, and you could sleeve them, there's plenty of room. And then these 3 I filled with all of the character cards, right? So the 4 cards that each character has of Tanares Adventures and the core game, the new ones at least. So I will probably be taking out those new ones, and well, I don't know if I should replace them. I don't think I need to replace them. These are just for playing Tanares Adventures. So I probably just keep them in here like they are. That's probably best. And then just exchange them with those in the core game Arena the Contest when I play Tanares Adventures. These are all the boss monster cards. So these, we have their skills, right? So the 4 cards that each of them has that you need to beat, basically, that you need to destroy. And I have these PvP solo cards for the controller, the shooter, etc., the healer, the tank, and the brute. Put those on the bottom there. All right, and then the final tray, I put all of the comrade cards. So just all of these special comrade cards, plus the specific profession comrade cards, all of those just in a big stack in here. Now this isn't too heavy, this is just these cards, so that is okay to lift out of the box. So I'll just put that on top of that. So we have the 3 trays, and then finally we have the tray with all the books. And I'll show you what I did with that, because that was a bit flimsy as it came in the box. You have this. This normally would sit in the bottom because it's heavy. But what I did was I glued the sides to the main body, because this was just, you could fold this out. Then I put some tape, some broad sticky tape, packing tape on the sides. You can see here, I put them on the side, and then I folded it over all the way until it stuck to the bottom, as you can see. And that kept that together, and then I put a little bit of sticky tape, the thinner kind, here, started here along the edge and then over, so this would stay here, and now it's pretty solid, it doesn't fall apart anymore. And because this does have finger holes here, you can put that on top easily and then put all the books inside and just pull that out. So you have the really big journal, put that here. Then I took the quest guide, also with a ring, and I put that ring over here. So just push that to the left and then put this on the right, and that will fit nicely. Then I took all of the thinner leaflets, so the campaign log, the map, and the quick start guide, put that in the middle. Then I took all of these that come in the provided big Ziploc bag, all these character boards, so put those there. And then finally you have the rule book and the city book, and I just put those on top of that. And there's still a little bit of room left, even because it used to have punch boards, and those are now punched. So that is everything from Tanares back in the box, in a way that will hopefully work well. Now I hope that this still works, because I kept the plastic on top of the lid, but that seems to work if you just push it down carefully, and there you go. Everything flush inside the box. And so that was my reboxing video of Tanares Adventures by Dragori Games. I hope it was helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please also check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. That is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.